And with it, dogs, welcome back to Garo Attacks Clicker Heroes. Rawr! Let's get right back into it, shall we? It's been a while since I played. Nothing has changed, except, holy hell, I got a ton of money now. Look at that. Right off the bat, I'm just going to hit up the Dark Ritual extra damage. I might... Yeah, you know what? Right off the bat here, I'm going to start giving my dudes, like, some extra stuff, just because, I can. I have a ton of money. So here we go. Boom, boom, boom. Just a quick update for you guys. I've been on vacation. I've been vacating a lot. I've been vacating the premises. I've been on vacation. Oh, snap. All right, let's see if we can get the boss now. Yeah, we can get the boss. We can get future bosses. But anyways, I've been on vacation, so I haven't played for like 7 days. That's why I wanted to get like a huge backlog going. So this is what's gonna happen after like 7 days of not playing. You get a ton of money, but as you can see, I wasted it all very, very quickly. And also, we're probably not gonna get too far here. Yeah, I'm just gonna show you what the level 200 boss looks like, because it's unique. What was it? Hold on, we'll go over here. First one was Omid. The next one's the green one. Just this big green old guy right here. There you go, and now he's dead. Beautiful. Good times. Otherwise, did I get a jewel there? I did. Whoa, what? Okay, fair enough. We're still gonna save up 50 for the quick ascension, though. I don't think 3 relics is worth it, just because we get 1 relic per ascension, and we're gonna ascend a lot once we start doing the what's it called? The hardcore stuff after I'm done with all the lore stuff. Anyways, I left you guys off last time on King Midas, which we haven't bought all the stuff for because, I didn't want to, because, for me this was a waste of money just because it didn't give us gold increase like these do. But regardless, let's talk about King Midas a little bit. Last episode we talked about Sir George II, the King's Guard, like the emotional gains that he gave to our DPS, I guess. So next up here we got King Midas. Not as emotional as you would think, compared to Sir George II, King's Guard, regardless of how close in proximity these two people are in like lore-wise. But let's talk about it while we're here. King Midas. Oh, it's so bright now. Ooh, so good, so good. Another clicky thing for the rubies. Okay, alright, so first things first, let's read about him. When his highest guard, George... You mean this guy up here? When his highest guard, George, left to join you, it wasn't long before Midas himself came looking for him. Then it dawned on him that there is more gold to be made at your side than from exploiting his own kingdom. Also, he always wanted to try some of Betty Clicker's chocolate-covered bloops. So this guy, he's not joining us because he's up for the cause. Straight up, this guy's like, you know what? There's a lot of money out here. I think I'm gonna join you for that purpose. That's why we had to pay like 3,000 T to get him. Because he was like, well, that's the first part of me joining you. You gotta give me a ton of money. Already, we probably gave him way more than his kingdom ever could in a lifetime. But then again, I don't know what the currency is here. We started off with just like 1 or 2 gold, but now it feels like we're escalating pretty quickly. Regardless, let's see what King Midas got over here. He's got the Bag of Holding. Increases all gold found by 25%. Of course. This space-bending bag can store things much bigger than itself. Get Midas one of these so he doesn't have to haul his fortune around with him in the midst of battle. So, before we picked up this upgrade, King Midas, this is probably why we had to pay so much money, he had to haul around his entire fortune with him. And if you remember, King Midas is from the fairy tale of the dude who asked for the power, the superpower of anything he touches turns to gold, and it sort of backfired on him because now he can't touch food and like sustain himself. And so I don't know how he lived after that point. Maybe he just has other people just feed him. That makes a lot of sense. But then again, it doesn't mean touch with his fingers or touch with any part of his body, because if that's the case, and once it like hits his esophagus, it'll turn to gold. I never understood that part, but I guess, you know, it's only with his finger, so he figured out a clever way to like eat food, sustain himself, but also just have a ton of gold all the time. So he had the best of both worlds right there. He gets to survive, literally, instead of, you know, painful gold-consuming death. And also, he gets to have a ton of money and be a king because he has a ton of money. I believe that's why he is a king. Still. Not because he was a king before, which is technically probably the reason why he's still a king now, but also he's got so much money that all the people who might have wanted to kill him off because of his greed are now just paid off by him to not kill him, I guess. Regardless, we have to carry all that shit around, and the bag of holding, it's only 40 trillion, you know, gold. So I feel like it's worth the while. Hold up, let's see if we can get this primal boss nice and buttered down. 15 seconds, hits now, and we're below half. I think we can do it, actually. I think we actually can do it. I'm just gonna pause for a second, see if it does do it. This will be our plateau right here. Oh no! We're just under by just a little bit. Hold up. Is there something I can... No, not these guys. Oh, the wind deity I can do. Hold on. He's already at 100 though, so I'm gonna have to, you know, bring him up to speed quite a bit. Let's see how much he does now. Oh, you see that? He's starting to do a little bit. 0.2, 500D, there it is. 2000D, there's another 3%. 14. Man, you think we should... You know what? Let's see if this, just that extra 3.5% helps out. Now let's go on right here. And instead of farm mode, yeah, we'll do progression mode, just in case if this one doesn't work, we'll just go back and, you know, farm up some stuff real quick. One more time, 15 seconds now, and yeah, we're definitely below half at 15 seconds instead of like me looking down a half second later and it already being lower than half. So I think we got this one right here, but I think this is the last boss we can do without the help of our boosts. Anyways, continuing on with King Midas. Yes, bag of holding. Now that we bought this upgrade, though, all of his fortune is in a tiny little bag at his waist. Presumably, because that's what the bag of holding does. Not only does it decrease its size, but also its weight, and effectively it's like just volume and all that sort of scientific talk. So yeah, so everything is in a tiny, easy to carry bag on his left side, I guess, I think, maybe, possibly. Also, this is King Midas ungilded. Can't wait to see him gilded. Straight up. He might just be solid gold. I have no idea. That would be super cool, though. Heart of Gold is the next thing. Midas can find more gold increases all gold found by 25%, which is basically the same as the bag of holding, which is good. Because Midas can find more gold from your enemies. Where it comes from, you're not really sure. These are riches beyond belief, he says. How can I thank Sir George? Oh, so not only did he give him like a king's pardon and blah 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 to let him join your group, but also he came by. He was like, you know what, I'm gonna be here with you guys. Why not? There's a lot of money to be made out here. And then he's boom, and then he's Heart of Gold. I'm guessing this is like a magical item of some sort. Then again, I don't think so. I think King Midas is just literally, he's saying, quote unquote, he's finding more gold from enemies, but I think he's just turning them into solid gold. And he's just like, hey, I found some more gold on this enemy we just killed. He's like, it looks suspiciously like the enemy we just killed. Well, what are you gonna do? Just tosses it right in his bag of holding. Oh, sorry. Alright, took that. But hey, you can have like his foot or something. You just said his foot. Well, it's pieces of gold that looks like a foot that we just killed the enemy from. Don't think too much about it. Otherwise, that's Heart of Gold for you. That's about as much as I could think, honestly. Because what else would it be? Is it like a a lucky trinket that King Midas came upon, and he was like, "Oh, buy this trinket that's worth 100, trillion, million, trillions, and it'll, help me find more gold on enemies." But you could just turn the enemies to gold, whatever. Maybe. Oh, this is it. Touch of gold. This upgrade another 25% gold found, and it gives Midas the power to turn things and enemies into gold by touching them. He promises to share the wealth with you. Okay, so now he's not skirting around the issue. He's like, all right, you caught me. I'm turning these dudes straight up into solid gold. Have half a kidney stone of gold for your troubles. Next is the Golden Dimension. Okay, there's no way we're beating this, guys. I'm glad to see that he's primal, but there's no way we're beating him right this second. Golden Dimension increases all gold found by 50%. So far, everything's been 25, 25, 25. This just doubled the gold found. Basically, it's twice as much gold finding potential as like this trinket, him having the golden touch, and the bag of golding, which is effectively just endless storage space. So what's the Golden Dimension then? I can open rifts to the plains of gold, he says, with madness in his eyes. The rift can only open after killing the monster, and heavy golden fortune falls through. So not only does he kill the enemy by touching him and turn him into gold, but also, as he does so, a portal opens up right behind him that just dumps even more gold out. This dimension of gold. It's basically just endless gold coins, I guess, in a dimension that someone put in there. I don't know what the lore is. Who put all those gold? Maybe it's someone's fortune that we're stealing from. Who knows? But all he knows is that it only opens if I buy it for King Midas, and also once we kill an enemy by turning it into gold. And it's just endless gold. Endless gold right now. King Midas, he likes gold. Next up would be Golden Clicks. This is a thing that he teaches us. I don't know if this comes from Golden Dimension. He's like, oh, now I know, like, magical ways to gain gold. Maybe he's an alchemist. That would make so much fucking sense. This is how he's turning everything into gold, and, it's not like a divine thing. Maybe that's just a story, Oh, the divine blobby bloobs, they gave me this power to do lots of gold things. No, King Midas, you're an alchemist, dog. Stop trying to lie to people. Yeah, I'm gonna start clicking this dude. So yeah, that's what. So finally he reveals himself. He's like, yeah, I'll teach you how to get power surge. Oh man, so much. Let me see if I can do it over here. Power surge. Sorry, I need to see what this does. Because I'm still idle, right? So effectively it's just an extra 100% DPS than what we were doing before. Oh man, this might work actually, except we spent too much time on the other dudes. Oh snap. Oh, we're effectively doing half as much. Oh man, we were so close. Just from that bee. Oh, I should have taken more advantage of it. But whatever, next time. So yeah, so now he teaches us how to do it. He's like, well, it's just alchemy. Draw these circles on the ground, and there you go. There's gold for you. I can do it without circles because I lost my mom and dad to the circles. But you need the circles, so here you go. I'll teach you how to do the circles. That's why we're only doing 1% of monster gold, or 0.1% of boss gold, instead of what he's doing, and which is 25%, 50%, like effectively, what is that, 75 plus 50? Effectively 125%, just because he's a master alchemist. King Midas is basically Edward Elric from Full Metal Alchemist. Okay, next up, I've really got a little bit of time left, so let's take a look at Gold Blade. Let's buy this then. 125. Yep, let's do that, and then let's get Gold Blade. Increases your critical click chance by 3%, which is awesome. And it says, forged from riches of his fallen foes, Golden Blade is the most expensive sword ever made. Is it? I could have sworn there's like diamond blades. Regardless, he just turned one of his enemies into a sword. And this increases our total critical click chance by 3%, which is now a total of 9%, which plus Lucky Strikes would be 59%. It's just a little bit extra, but it makes all the difference when you're trying to get a boss down, you know, that you haven't been able to get down for a while. So there you go, there's King Midas. He carries all 100% of his riches around with him in a tiny little bag. He knows how to turn enemies into gold and farm gold more from them because of it, and once they turn into solid gold, a golden dimension pops up right behind him that gives us even more gold. And not to mention, he taught us how to do all this as well, as best as he could. We took a fraction of his powers and, you know, use it for ourselves, and also we're doing, because of all that, our critical chance on these enemies has increased by quite a bit. Awesome. Great dude to have with us. I thought there wasn't going to be a more badass dude than Broil in the Oven. Then again, I don't think King Midas is badass. He's just very, you know, he's very practical. You know, Broil is still super badass, but King Midas is badass in his own way. The same way your dad is badass by being like, yo, I know I told you guys earlier this week that we had no money to go to Six Flags, but I did some stuff, and there you go. Now we have money. Get your shit ready. We're going to Six Flags. And you're like, woo, Dad, you're so cool, because he's taking you to Six Flags, even though he said he couldn't. And you don't know how. That's what King Midas is. He's the cool dad of our team. Regardless, stretching it a little bit long for this episode. It's going on 17 minutes now, but like, subscribe, comment if you're enjoying the series so far. I know I am, and next time we're going to talk about Refrigerator, the Ice Wizard. So, I'll catch you guys then. Peace out.